Okay, so next up, I want to show another example of how reflogs can help save lost commits or seemingly lost commits. This time I'm going to perform a rebase, which when I first taught it, I made it very clear that rebasing rewrites commits. It makes new commits, and those old ones are gone. At least they seem to be gone until we talked about reflogs. So let me show you an example. Let's make a branch here. I'm working in the same vegetables, seeds, little demo. Let's do a switch. How about flowers? So we'll pretend I'm working on a feature branch, the flowers feature branch, where I will be, I don't know, this is veggies. I'll be working on the different flowers that I want to plant or that I'm starting in my garage or something like that. So what should I put in here? Why don't we just make our first commit? Git add flowers. We'll do a git commit -m, add flowers file. So I'm pretending this is a feature, so I'll have a couple of commits. Let's see, I'll add some flowers. How about some salmon zinnias? And what are some other queen lime zinnias? Okay, so I'll do a git commit -am just to speed it up. Add some zinnias. And then on the next line, what's another type of flower that I grow? How about some dahlias? So we've got old rose dahlia. And there's another, I'll just dinner plate dahlias. I don't even know if that's really a specific one. Okay, so I'll do a git commit -am. I'm just going to add one more commit after this one. Add dahlias to flowers list. And then how about some amaranth? So coral, fountain, amaranth, and also hot biscuits, amaranth. Git commit -am, add amaranth to flowers. Okay, I lied. I'll do one last one. I'll add some celosia. Some really cool flowers, by the way. These celosias, coral reef celosia. I'll just leave it at that. Git commit -am, add celosia. Okay, so I'm done with my feature. This is my feature. It's not exciting, but I have, 4 commits or so on this flowers branch. I want to eventually merge them into master, but before I do that, I'm going to rebase. I'm going to do an interactive rebase to get rid of some of these commits or combine them or just, clean up. If you did not watch the section on rebasing and specifically the portion about interactive rebasing, this may not, I can't imagine it would make any sense. So I would check that out. The point is more so going to be about fixing it after the fact. So I'm going to do a git rebase back to here. So an interactive rebase. So this is head 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll do head -4, git rebase -I head -4. And there we are. You can see it opens up this file for me to do my interactive rebasing in. But let's say that I want to, we'll fix up these 2 or maybe these 3. So that will, if you don't remember, you can see down here, fix up, we'll squash them, basically mush them into the next previous commit, but it's going to discard the log message as well. So if I replace pick with instead f or fix up, and I can do this for multiple, fix up, can do it for all of them. I'll do these 3. So fix up, fix up, fix up. What you'll see is that the contents, the actual changes in the commits don't go away, right? We don't lose that work, but we will be rewriting history. So I am squashing them. I'm melding all of these down into this commit. And so I'm going to save and close this window. And it tells us successfully rebased and updated. Let's look at our git log. And now we have this one commit here. It has a new hash. We rewrote history. And I could repeat the process one more time as well. I won't go back that far, but how about head -2? And maybe I decide I want to fix up this one. I want to mush it back into this one. And then instead of doing a pick here, maybe I want to reword the commit message instead of add flowers file. So I can do that. I'll rename this, or not rename it, but come up with a new commit message and then mush this one into it. And now it opens up, when I close out of that window, it opens up the commit message that I can edit. So instead of saying add flowers file, let's go with add flowers, flowers feature. Or how about just add flowers, add list of seeds. Okay, so I'm basically taking all that work I did and combining it into one new commit with a new message. We talked about this with interactive rebasing. We can clean up our history. So if this is my feature, it's simple, but this is the commit. I'll X out of there. And now if I do a git log, we just have this one commit hash right there. And this contains everything for the flowers branch. So if I decided that was a big mistake, or for whatever reason, I want to access those individual commits, I even want the commit messages, or I don't know, I want something from the past, we don't have to fear. We can use reflogs. Reflogs are here. So git reflog show, and then we can do it for flowers. And take a look. Every single one of those commits is still here. Every commit hash. So this is when I added the flowers file. Here's where I did some zinnias, some dahlias, amaranth, celosia. They're all here. So I have to decide, what point I want to go back to. But if I want to go to this point, I want all of those prior commits, all 5 commits that are gone now. I can copy this commit hash, or I could copy this, but I'll copy the commit hash. The commit is still stored in the .git directory and the objects directory. Now, it won't be there forever, but it's definitely there now. Git goes through periodically, as we talked about, and it cleans up some of these, it does this thing called garbage collection if it notices Git objects that are not reachable. So, for example, this is not reachable from another commit that is part of our history. It's stored in there, and so we can basically say, Git, I want you now to point your branch to this commit instead. And this commit was on its own, totally alone, not connected. And now, after I reset back to this commit, it will be hooked back into the grid. We'll have a pointer for our branch referencing to this. All right, so if this is what I want, I can copy this. But just remember, these commits are not part of my history anymore, right? I don't see any of those commits. Just do one line. None of them are here. The hashes aren't here. The messages aren't here. Because I fixed them up. I merged them all together and gave them a new message too. I boiled it down to this one commit. So if I want to reset back to that, I can do that. Git reset -- hard, not herd, and then pass in that commit hash. And this says the flower branch, that reference should now point to this commit that we found in the garbage, we found in the reflog. And it says head is now at add celosia. Well, let's look at git log. Hey, look at that. We have all of those commits. And the reason this works is that every commit has inside of it, in that file, it also stores its parent or parents. So if we reset based on this one commit, we also get the parent commit and its parent and so on. So this ends up doing exactly what I was trying to show you. We rebased, we rewrote history, we eliminated these commits, we combined them, we renamed them, or redid their messages, we smushed them together. They were lost, or apparently lost. But I was able to rescue it for whatever reason I decided I wanted to. I'm able to go back and undo that. That rebase it's basically like it never happened. But actually, in our reflog, we can see that for whatever reason I wanted to go back and undo the undoing, I could. I could go to this commit hash right here. This does not exist right now in my history, but it's in the reflog. So that object is still stored in Git, but we don't see AB9 when I do git log. But I could reset to that, but I won't. All right, so I hope now you can see some of the utility in the reflog. Remember, it's local and it's not permanent, but in a lot of situations, especially if you do something that seems permanent or seems bad, rebasing or resetting, a hard reset, those still can be undone if you know how to look in the reflog.